And different industry has got different forecast accuracy rate, right? Like in electronic industry, when I was working in Intel in the supply chain and as planning manager, the accuracy rate for Intel was 78%. That is technology-based company. And when you go down, you look at companies like or industry like steel industry, the forecast accuracy is about 58%. Yeah. So already supply chain is suffering in forecast accuracy. But today, after the COVID-19, big disruption, many things went haywire. We are not getting it right, the forecast accuracy. Second, the beautiful strategies that the company put up, all those beautiful strategies, yeah, with a lot of enablers, initiative, projects, program to support, also fail. Yeah, especially the post-pandemic, many things failure. And many companies are just focusing on operational matter. They don't even have time to think about strategy. They don't even have time to think about what is going to be done in the next 2 years, 5 years. Because today they are firefighting. So it is all operational. Well, some companies, they take the step. They say, I will wait and see what's happening. I will look at what my other players are doing. I'll just follow them. So these are the things that happen in the supply chain. Then look at this Industry 4.0 revolution. What is this all about? It is a revolution, meaning to say, that means before 4, there was 3, 2, and 1. Now, what is the fourth revolution? It is the digitalization of the whole business operation. Now, when you say digitalization means, the first thing should come to your mind is Internet of Things, IoT. The next one is AI, augmented reality. And if you have the chance, you please buy this book. I don't know whether you can see. I'm showing you this book. You able to see this book?
Yes.
No? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. This is the best book ever I've seen for AI. Yeah. I bought it in the airport, Helsinki. Very nice book talking about AI. So this is Internet of Things and AI, intelligence, artificial intelligence. Today, that is totally taking over the supply chain and controlling the supply chain. And if any organization not going into these digitalization, I think they're going to be left behind. Now, let us explore what is digital supply chain. A digital supply chain is the technology, yeah, that works together with the processes in supply chain in the upstream and downstream, yeah, by having analytics, taking data and analyzing the data for guided decision making. Second, to optimize the operations. And third, the key for supply chain is responsiveness. So to respond to the whether upstream or downstream in the best lead time. Yep. So that is digital supply chain by definition. So let us go a little bit detail. As I mentioned, when you talk about digital supply chain, you should always look at IoT. That is the first thing. Without internet, forget about digital supply chain. Internet is the fundamental enabler for digital supply chain. What does this do? Authenticate the location of goods at any time, any place, at any what level. Yeah, it can be the goods. Goods can be in the form of raw material, semi-finished, or finished goods. Doesn't matter as long as they are inventory. The Internet of Things also help in track the speed of movement of the goods and services that will arrive at the given destination, whether they are raw material or finished goods going to distribution or going to wholesaler or retailer. Tracking, yeah, the speed of the movement. So the internet will enable that. Internet of Things. Third, it helps to monitor the storage and conditions of raw materials and products also. So the Internet of Things today, there are sensors connected to Internet of Things where it can monitor the condition, the storage condition of the raw materials. Next, the Internet of Things streamline the problematic movement of goods. Whether there is a disruption in the travel or disruption damages that happen or even delay in the traffic, all these Internet of Things will be able to provide us triggers. Locate goods in storage. You don't know where to find the goods that you put in your warehouse. The Internet of Things will enable you to locate. Also, it becomes a very good administrator in immediately upon receipt of an alarm that comes in. Internet of Things gives that. Now, let us look at some of the real case where digital supply chain is working today. I'm talking about today. You have this. For farmers, they can use the Internet of Things to monitor the soil moisture. Those days, to measure the soil moisture, you need to take a sample and send it to the lab to test the moisture of the soil, the pH value of the soil, the nitrogen content of the soil, especially if you are a farmer. But today, the IoT device can just tell you. Amazing. It's like how you wear the Apple Watch. You have the Apple Watch which can tell you the heartbeat, right?
Yes.
The BP, blood pressure. Similarly, a device that can just test and tell you the soil's moisture. Manufacturers can use IoT, the digital supply chain, to enable cameras to spot defects. Not at the end of the manufacturing line. We don't want to test the product at the end of manufacturing line and say the product is rejected. But we use IoT to test and tell us if the products are good, not at the end, but before value has been added. Somewhere in between. As the value being added for the raw materials, you also want to detect if there's some defaults, some rejects. We don't want to test it at the end, because at the end, when you test and you reject a product in manufacturing, it's going to cost you heavily because value has been added. So might as well you detect it upfront. Chemical industry manufacturers can ensure that the raw material stay safe, by monitoring and triggering an alarm if they are exposed. For example, if you are storing liquid nitrogen, the temperature is minus 186 degrees. And if you're not careful in storing it, then it evaporates. So the digital supply chain helps you on that, to monitor and tell you and send you an alarm if there's anything that is exposed. Now, the use of, again, digital supply chain in retail and manufacturing. Manufacturing can take advantage of the digital supply chain to give us or enable us to produce products in just in time. They prepare the schedule when the trucks are coming in, when the raw materials are pushed into the manufacturing, and what is the lead time, the manufacturing lead time, to produce and complete a product. Food retailers can monitor the temperature and humidity of the goods in their storage to ensure the freshness of the food that they have with the optimal condition in the storage. Retailers can work with specialists, logistics fleets, truckers, to track the products as they are routed to distribution centers. This is again digital supply chain. Now, the other important digital supply chain is blockchain. I'm not too sure if you've heard about this blockchain, which is becoming very, very important today. And blockchain has been used in many industries. This is digital supply chain. Now, what does blockchain do? How can blockchain help a supply chain? Number one, it provides an immutable ledger, meaning to say you cannot copy or you cannot change the ledger for accounting. accounting, you cannot go and change the ledger. So blockchain protects the ledger very well. You cannot imitate it, yeah, and keeping and transferring record in a very safe manner. Number one, blockchain helps track and manage the sourcing, procurement of a raw material, manufacturing, storage and transfer and distribution of raw ingredient materials and product. What they does is they track and manage, and a very safe manner. Third, when combined with other technologies, that is blockchain combined with other technologies like artificial intelligence or IoT, they provide transparency and access for supply chain data. Yeah, that is blockchain. And also rapidly they can troubleshoot if there's any inefficiency in the supply chain processes that we have, whether in the planning stage or make, source, yeah, make or sourcing. Make means manufacturing, sourcing means you outsource, yeah, and then you deliver and then you reverse, yeah. So it can troubleshoot in any inefficiency. And also the blockchain provides real-time tracking and authentication of the integrity of the documents. Also blockchains provide faster movement of goods through the supply chain. These are all the benefits of blockchain. Now, the cases of blockchain in retail and manufacturing companies. Yep. Manufacturing uses real-time tracking of materials wherever they are in the supply chain to prepare to receive the materials and manufacture them quickly. So you see how blockchain helps. It tracks real-time. It prepares the material from the warehouse to the manufacturing, which we call it as kitting, and then it helps to quickly, yeah, get it optimized so that there's no lagging or slacks. Logistic businesses, they track and verify the distribution and final delivery of the products by tracking the delivery time from one point of supply chain to another point, yeah, point by point. Also, blockchain captures contract agreements on supply chain, especially when you're doing a purchasing with a supplier or a vendor. Blockchain helps you to write the contract. It's all readily available. You can just download and you can use it as long as you have the blockchain software. Again, to continue, also blockchain helps you in the payment of escrow. You know what is escrow? Yeah, you conduct a business, but then there is a certain percentage of the revenue you need to give it to somebody who entitles maybe copyrights or what. So blockchain helps you to protect that escrow to the bank, you and the third party. Yeah. So blockchain does that job. You don't need to go and look for a lawyer to sign up and every month, transfer the money. The blockchain helps you. Yeah. Third, insurance and auditors. Those who are guys who are selling insurance and auditors, they track the history and location. Yeah, especially for the tracking of goods or damaged goods to be, when people go for claims of damaged goods. So they use blockchain to track. Yeah. Also, blockchain optimizes the flow of goods through supply chain by extracting data and using machine learning. Yeah, these are interesting things, machine learning. Yeah, it's just that I don't have time. Otherwise, I can explain to you. Yeah, machine learning. Yeah? For example. In a car, okay. Yesterday my car suddenly a signal pop up on my dashboard saying that my right side front tires, yeah, the pressure is low. It's supposed to be 270, but the pressure is only now 240. Now, how that dashboard able to pop up that message? That is machine learning. There is a sensor near the tire which can, measure the pressure of the tire and then pop it up into digital format onto my screen, my dashboard. Yeah? So that is a very clear cut of machine learning. I know some of you here, especially when you are buying shoes, you find it very difficult to get the right shoes to fit your leg, right? But do you know today there's a machine learning technology where you want to buy a shoe, you walk into the store, all you have to do is put your leg into a small gadget like, and the gadget measures your leg exactly, your foot exactly, and then recommends what is the best shoe for your feet. And that is machine learning. Yeah, data has been stored. So for this leg, this size, yeah, long toes or short toes, they recommend. So that is machine learning. Yeah. So it is interesting to see how supply chain is evolving in terms of digitalization. Now the ports. I'm sure when you study the ports, the biggest issue today in the ports is congestion. That's the biggest issue. Yeah. And because of congestion, the ships cannot dock, cannot unload and release. Yeah. So what will happen? They have to pay demurrage charges. Demurrage charges. So why this happen? Why they cannot offload? Because lack of visibility. If they have the right visibility, the ships won't come to the port. They might maybe delay, coming to the port and avoid paying demurrage charges. Yeah. So the digital supply chain helps this in terms of providing visibility and what is the best time to come in. Yeah. And this impact the lead time. Yeah. And some cargo ships carries up to 24,000 containers. Can you imagine? Demurrage charges. What will happen? Yeah. Ships can go bankrupt. Yeah. 24,000 container, each they charge each container X amount. What will happen? Yeah. So again, so you find that the digital supply chain, the IoT provides the visibility to see what is the best time to get the container, the ship to the port. You can mitigate some of these ports and carrier efficiency problems through deep analytics. What is deep analytics? Yeah. Deep analytics here refers to the machine learning that takes up and stores the data and then again relearn again from the occurrence that's happening, historical things, and then providing information. That's called deep learning. Yeah. And deep analytics. Predictive forecasting, I shared with you just now, one of the biggest challenge in supply chain is inaccurate forecast. When you go to your job, you start a career, then you will realize. The biggest issue is forecasting. I still remember in 2016, yeah, I took up a consultancy project with Al-Haya Pharmaceutical in Riyadh. I think in Arab, Al-Haya Pharmaceutical is the second largest pharmaceutical company in the industry, second largest, yeah. I took up a consultancy job with them for about 4 months, yeah. And the biggest challenge for them is forecast accuracy. Can you imagine if you don't have the right forecast or close to the right forecast, what will happen in healthcare industry? You store vaccine, what will happen? All those vaccines has got expiry dates. Forget about generic drugs. Generic drugs, the expiry date maybe it goes up to 3 years, but vaccine doesn't go the way. Yeah, and some antibiotics doesn't go the way. So if you don't have a right forecast, that's it. Your business will go haywire. Yeah. So this forecasting, predictive forecasting is very important. And the digital supply chain provides the predictive forecasting. Even I use the same technique in my university, the university where I am today. Yeah, I predict students' academic performance by having a few attributes I put together: the SEM 1, SEM 2 results, plus their continuous assessment results, plus the attendance to the class, plus the participation in the class. These are attributes. I put that together and I get a software to run for me and I can make predictive. Yeah. forecasting on my students' academic performance. I'm doing it today. You see, so supply chain, it works in education. Huh? It works in education. Yeah. Now, the other one is drones today. They are becoming very important today. Yeah. Those days, 5-6 years ago when drones started, people were looking at drones like, games, toys. But today, drones are no more toys. They are helping the industry, the logistics industry, transporting from point A to point B. The last mile deliveries in urban areas with heavy traffic congestion, you can get a drone to get job done. If you move it through van or trucks, it's going to be delayed. So the best is used, especially when you want to deliver critical things like medicine, blood, and so on. Yes, you can use it, drone. Today, drones has got the capability to take up, lift heavy boxes. Yep. So drones can be used. Yep. And also drones can be used for security surveillance. Yep. Assessment of infrastructure in the yard. Yeah. In your ports, terminals, warehouse roofs. Yeah. And drones can be used inside the warehouse for scanning pallets, inside the distribution centers of warehouses. See that? So this is again digital supply chain. Yeah. So the advantages of using drone, it can substitute fundamental tasks of employees in case of storage or high attrition, shortage or high attrition of employees. People are striking or people are, not happy to work every day coming on MC. You use drone in warehouses. Yep. It reduces operational shipping costs. It's very easy. Doesn't cost you much. You can get a good drone for USD, about 600 USD. You can get a good drone, and that helps you solve your problem. Yeah. And in the university we have today, we have got about 1,600 students doing bachelor's degree in logistics and transportation, and we have created a curriculum, a subject for drone usage of drones in logistics. I put in a subject just to teach about drone and the importance of drone and how to operate a drone. Of course, we had the drones, how to operate a drone, and what are the requirements to meet. Yeah, the aviation, requirements. Yeah. Also, the inside the warehouse and logistics, when you have the battery operated vehicle, those days, but today you have the automated AGVs. Yeah. AGVs, they are guided rails. Yeah. Guided rails, and they move around. Yeah. In logistics, you don't need to have people. You see here, you don't need to have people. They're well guided, and they can do a very neat job. You see, look at the arrangement of the boxes, very neat. Yeah, because it's all guided vehicles. Yeah, AGVs. Yeah. Of course, in when you look at automations, yeah, in the manufacturing of, like, for example, car manufacturing, all robots have been used. Yeah, a lot of advantages on that. Yep. Okay. I think I'll stop here. I got many pages, but then I think I'll stop here, and I would like to take up some questions from you. Don't worry, I will share the notes today with Omar. I'll share with you, Omar, and you can share it with the students later part. Yep.
Sure.
Oh, I got one page.
Sure.
One last page. I need to share it with you.
Okay, you can.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, this page. Yeah.
Yes, sir. For
sorry, let me finish this page. Now, when I was in Sweden last week, one of the researchers was sharing about intelligent system in transportation. And then finally he concluded saying that, because of this intelligent system in transportation, many people are going to lose jobs. And I stood up and I speak my mind, and I told, no, it is not the matter of losing jobs, but jobs are going to be redefined. From a truck driver he will become a drone pilot. Take note, from a truck driver, he will have to train himself how to operate a drone, and he will be called drone pilot. Yes. Sounds interesting, right? Drone pilot, right? So these are all the new jobs that's going to be created by supply chain, digitalization of supply chain. Yeah? New jobs. Market influencer. Yeah. For example, if Omar, I'm sure Omar, you got Facebook account, right?
Yes.
And you have many followers with you.
We have followers. Yes.
Okay. Assuming Omar, you got a Facebook account and you got 1,000 followers with you, and I want to market my product. What I will do is I'll talk to you, Omar. I'll tell you, Omar, can you post this content as a banner in your Facebook? Now, Omar will ask me, what do I get? I'll tell Omar, for every click, I pay you X amount. And when I got the leads, if it's a cold lead, I pay you X amount. If I get the leads and it's a hot lead, I pay you X amount. And when the person purchases my product or services, I give you X amount. Now, then what is the job of Omar? Omar, then you will be called as market influencer. You see? So the traditional marketing guy's job will eventually move on to becoming market influencer. That is digitalization in social media. So don't worry when people say, oh, because of the supply chain digitalization, many people are going to lose jobs. No, my dear, no, not at all. Jobs are going to be redefined. And we have to be prepared for those jobs which are going to be redefined. Yep. Okay, let's take up questions.
Sure. First of all, thank you, Professor, for such an impressive presentation. And I really like the last note, which is that we have to know that the jobs or the supply chain will be redefined, will be re-engineered. People will not lose their jobs, but the roles will be different. What they will be doing will be different. We need to have this mindset of accepting and coping and understanding what's going to happen in the future. And as you, Professor, mentioned throughout the presentation, in ports, with drones, with automation in warehouses, in education, we need to have a different mindset, and we need to accept that we are in a fourth digital transformation with Industry 4. And I think the only problem that we'll face that will hinder this improvement in the supply chain is understanding that we need to change and we need to cope. It's more of a mindset thing. We need to accept it, know how to deal with it, and then we'll go forward.
Absolutely, you're right. Yeah, we have to be prepared for it. Yeah,
Definitely.
It's like a wave. You like or don't like, it's going to come and eat us.
Exactly.
Yeah, you cannot stop the wave, right? But you have to go along with it. Yeah.
You have to go with it fast because you can have a competitive advantage. Well, it's like other industries or companies will see it as a threat. You can take it